Alright, basically here it is. From the beginning, I started down here about 6 years ago. And sorry about the shakiness, but there's a creek bend here. It's all part of my aunt's property, and the car wash is right there. So we tried to leave some trees in here, right up there, but when you get down here, you can see, I mean, this all had to be redug. I didn't do any of that. Actually, another guy did it. And he re-backfilled that so that the bridge was still intact, because it actually flooded out and wiped everything out down through here. The water poured down through the opposite way. I mean, it was bad. So, and it's all because of the fallen trees and dead limbs and shit. Hold on. Well, and as you go up through here, I got little stacks kicking for backup. They're just junk, little slugs and stuff, you know, and some pine, massive pine. Now this is the back side of them. Whoops. I mean, there's some stuff here. We're not going to run out anytime soon. Anyway, right up there is how I tried to thin it out. Take a good look at that. You can kind of see from the tree line. And if you bring it this way, you can see the difference of the denseness. This way the sunlight will come through, trees will get more light, and it'll be a lot better off that way. But there's nice trees. Most of it was cherry. Most of the timber was anyway. Cherry, ash, hard maple, that's what we're looking at here. All hardwoods. I mean, there's 2 pine on this whole property, and there's also maybe 4 or 5 poplar trees. But other than that, it's just the good stuff. So, I mean, like I say, and pile of rocks, of course. And gotta have massive fire pits. You gotta get rid of this shit somehow. All the extra cuttings, branches, limbs, everything else has gotta come off the top. And whatever's not left, it's not any good. So as you see, you know, I put a little effort into the creek. It did wash out. It was lined up a lot better, and I had a bridge down there. But it washed out a little bit. That's fine. I don't care. As long as it's holding it back. See, and as you'll see, most of this stuff here, most of the stuff, I don't know if I can't really see very well through this, but if you can see the stumps, I mean, they still are coming down. A couple of them will come down yet, like the first one there, so that it matches the grade of the slope. And that's just the best way to, you know, kind of hide it, I guess, without having to have a stuff remover come in here, or whatever, pour some shit on it or something. I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I'll just cut them down real low. Anyway, there's the other side. And it's the same thing. Now, this was full of trees, okay? It was basically like that, where you see the line. It was the same thing. The whole gully was full of trees, the whole ravine. So when you get something like that, and you also have those bushes, which are like cotton bush, cotton, I don't know what the hell they call them, but there's something like that. They're just nasty, but they die real quick, and they'll end up clogging everything up. And there was vines in through here. It looked like Panama, something, I don't know. Rio Grande, I don't know what the hell to tell you. It was crazy shit. I can tell you that much. Way too much stuff, overgrowth, like old stuff. I found a lot of old objects up here also. Digging through and dug up a couple old bottles that were from like 1895. One of them was a medicine bottle. It was basically like an over-the-counter pharmaceutical codeine. Thought that was cute. So I saved it. This is other stuff that I got here. This is all just slugwood, you know, something that's dead, head hollow, you know, somebody wants. Some of these little pieces I already got, they're going to take it. Most of the smaller ones on the end. And these 3 are still a size, I just haven't lugged them out of here. And as you can see, there's a trail to lug them out one by one, because it's about the only way to get them out. The tractor won't come down in here. Here's the cherry tree that I dropped. So here's the stump, the biggest one on this property. So it was massive. This thing is huge, and the top on it was, oh my god, it's massive. Once I cleared that out, it cleaned it right up, and then I started noticing where it could just be clipped. You could take these little ones out. There's 3 more. There was a grouping. You know, as long as it's get it good and cleared out. Say the water comes down through here and it floods out, it'll still have somewhere to go, instead of grabbing a hold of a bunch of trees and stuff and wiping them out in the meantime. Same over here. I did the same thing. I cut as you can see, that one's nubbed up. Looks like it's kind of odd there, but I was just trying to get the tree that fell out of there a different way, so that I didn't have to pull it out of the creek, and I could pull it off the bank instead. It didn't work out so well. I ended up pulling it out of the creek anyway. It was a tiny little bitch, but still. And more and more. until the property line, which is basically right here. This is my cousin's place over here. He's got a nice little spot up there. And then the border's right here. Right actually where these trees are, on the other side of these large here, this gathering, and as you can see, and as you ascend the hill, of course there's a little bit right there. There's always a piece here and there, but this is the end of the property line. So, I mean, you'll see some monsters. I mean, look at the size of this thing. I'm not even kidding you. Look at that. I don't know how many of these I caught. Things just like this, like them. I mean, just 100, 150, maybe by myself. Got them all out of here. Look at all the stumps. It looks a lot better. I also cleaned up their property. Got the stuff off the ground. Got it nice, cleaned it up decent. Oh, it's quite a hike, man. This is one of the only pines. There was a black bear living in this thing. And how I know is because I'd see the claw marks. This was in the summer. And then I would see little turds right around this base of that tree. I was like, alright, turd stir. But there's piles of stuff yet to be burnt. Everything here has been pretty much taken. If you take a good look around, I mean, you know, and then you come down this way a little bit. I mean, there's a poplar right there. And then more of it, yeah, you can see the building. And that's not so bad. I mean, it takes work. And it's not just, you know, getting firewood or timber felling, or it's kind of a combo of all three plus project management, because you have to come through here and landscaping basically, because you have to take a look at what you're going to have to remove and what you're going to keep. And if you accidentally screw up, it becomes asymmetrical, then it starts looking crazy and you're going to have some problems. So, I mean, basically here, I have a clearing right here. I think this is the only mistake I made on this whole goddamn job. And it isn't much, because these other trees will grow up and then you won't notice that there's a gap there. It created a gap right here. But I mean, it's better to have it like that so that you can see, you know what I mean? So that there's some shade, but you can still get sunlight. You don't have a beaming hole coming down through. But, you know, that's about it. That was it for the work. You can see there's a little bit left. The stumps are got to be cleaned out, like I said. I'll handle that. It's no big deal, and all this has to be burned off. That's not a problem. I could drag it on a tarp down to the fire pit and burn it right up. Not a big deal. So, yep, that's pretty much it, and that's what it looks like from up here. You can see a little bit. I love the way it's just beautiful up here. And right across, that's my aunt's field. That thing's something else. It's like a golf course. I love it. So, you know, put a little effort into it and things look good. There's a nice little notch. Here's the biggest ash I cut up here. But I didn't want to go the right way, so I just decided to cut the little strap to her, and it took off. Bore cut it. Anyway. And that's it. I mean, this is basically the trail. I mean, this would be really great land to have, because that building could be turned into a room or a main mixer room or something. Rebuild it a little bit and make it absolutely soundproof. Put new glass, and actually it's got new Anderson in it, Anderson windows, but I just insulate all the sound around it, or just get it nice and insulated, and it'd be good. It's just a little old. It's even got Cobra vent, you know, so it's not even the roof, a 3-type shingle on there, ain't that old. It's a nice little building. I mean, it's in good shape. It's like a pole barn style. It's just, you know, it's held up by just posts. So, but I mean, I could pull it up and then pour a pad underneath it, and it'd be a nice spot to start, and put some rubber on top that and go from there. It'd be a hell of a studio. But I don't know what they're going to do with it yet, so they haven't discussed it. They're trying to lease it out or something. I don't believe I'm going to be able to come up with any cash fast enough to buy something like this yet. But it would be a nice place to own, I'll tell you that much. It's beautiful. The road's right there, of course. That's always nice. You got the Summit/Weber grill. Cook up some chops or whatever, Veni tenderloins or whatever you want to eat. All kinds of shit. That's pretty much it. And there's the tree I got hung up here. Good times. Right in the dark. I couldn't see shit. So it's tiny, but I'm just blocking it up now, and then I'm going to take it over and build a new sign, and hopefully somebody buys some firewood, because from what I heard, apparently people think that mainly all the firewood here is mine or something. I don't know, but they think the land's for sale, so it's pretty crazy. Because the land definitely isn't for sale. Let's see here. Alright, that's it. I mean, I could give you, I don't know what else to say really. Except for I'm fucking tired. I want something to eat. Later.